Hello, I'm with Lynn Li, Head of Infrastructure for UK Trade and Investment in Taipei. Lynn, it's obviously Taiwan has a lot of big plans for offshore at the moment. What opportunities are there for companies to go there and take their expertise to Taiwan?
Taiwan has announced its first pilot project on the 9th of January 2013 to start its pilot project with 4 turbines to start with, and that's 2 sites. And by 2020, the 2 sites will have to be in operation of the 2 pilot project, but the total capacity of the 2 pilot project plus another, the 3rd developer, the government-owned, altogether will be 3 gigawatts of operated offshore wind by 2030.
And it's obviously the UK is a lot of offshore, but I guess the conditions are very different, sort of in the North Sea, say, to in the Taiwanese Strait. What issues? How different is it, and what issues does Taiwan need to address?
I think there are British company who specialize in offshore wind came to Taiwan about 7-8 years ago. They know about the climate in Asia. It's quite different to Europe, and we have earthquake, we have typhoon, we have very quick fast wind in very short moments, and those are high risk to many of the developers and also suppliers. And so about 8 years ago, these UK company came to Taiwan, not just to Taiwan, also to China, to Hong Kong, to Japan, to study the climate. And because UK has its strength on experience as adopted in Europe. And so they have been studying the climate condition in Asia is different. And so there are different technology standard that's focusing on earthquake and typhoon to get themselves equipped and the right technology for Asia. So that is area. Those are the areas that a lot of UK companies is starting to look at, like companies like Gura Hassan, companies like Romax. They all spend years to study that, and hopefully this year they will start to bring those technology to Taiwan and actually test if it's going to work.
And I think it's also quite a good. It's a good opportunity for European companies just because of the legislation in Taiwan in terms of working with China.
I think the Taiwan and China business are extremely friendly. For Taiwan, most of you probably not aware, is the number 2, second from the USA, as the largest investor in China. So there's about $70 billion investment from Taiwan to China. And so offshore wind is an area China like to explore, and so is Taiwan. So there has been several UK companies working with a Taiwanese company for business in China, and there are some onshore at the moment. For example, a Taiwanese company called Tico, they do turbine only on onshore, and they use Romax gearbox for onshore wind projects in China. So there's a lot of synergy on working with Taiwanese companies where they have a lot of branch offices, a lot of investment in China already, familiar with the regulation and to do business in that stream. And in terms of the policy and regulation, Taiwan and China are quite similar. There's no harm for Taiwanese people to do business in China. There are still restrictions for Chinese product to come to Taiwan, but in a few years' time, who knows? But so far, Taiwan consider more importing from Europe only because of the regulation. And also UK, Europe do have the most pioneer engineering for offshore wind at the moment. So they still want to work with people who have experience.
Excellent. Thank you very much.